Greetings, Commanders! Do you remember the Tank Stella build from a couple months ago? Celluloid Tank Stella? Well, there's a new Stella in town. It's a very similar tank build. It's a Truth. I'm calling it the Truth Stella build, or the Truth Tank Stella build. It's a lot like this build, but it tweaks things a little differently, and then this can happen. This is Dragon Slayer versus Stella. This took place today in Galactic Battle. Check this out. Dragon Slayer, penetration build, everything she wants, top gear, better gear. Nick, 1990, from Rock or Win, goes in with a slightly smaller march. He's outnumbered, but look at this. Look at those base hits. This new Stella build's running that partial penetration, then she's running Sagittarius, Gemini, Andromeda. Instead of a 4-piece for Pisces, which I think is really important, instead she opted for 3-piece Cassiopeia, giving 10% more damage reduction, and 2-piece Scorpio for a little more HP. This tank Stella build has legs. I mean, look at those hits. She hit 500. And that's because it's a pure HP damage reduction build. No defense. So all the penetration that Dragon Slayer is trying to use is basically ignored because she doesn't have any defense anyway. It's a pretty amazing build. I'm psyched because finally infantry have a viable solution to Dragon Slayer. And frankly, actually the Dragon Slayer damage build would probably do a lot more damage than the penetration build. But now with Gilly being really strong as a 1-slot bust and a balance comm and against some defense, she's okay against defense comms. Now we have Stella, who's good against offense comms, depending on the build, penetration build especially, but also viable against tank builds. I would love to see this roll against Elf, although I got to be careful what you wish for there. That being said, there was another replay of Odad's Dragon Slayer getting equally crushed by this same Stella, and then another replay of her attacking someone's Rogers and crushing a Rogers. So remember, Stella has a 60% chance to trigger Wings of Eternity, which lets her go another round of attacks and lets her trigger skills like Pisces and Aquarius. So by opting to not have the 4th gem, I think this player, I don't even know his Chinese name. What's his Chinese name? Put it in the description below. He kind of handicaps himself by not having Pisces. Pisces removes all direct damage, which I guess isn't that big of a deal when you consider like Reinhardt and Elf's damage is not going to affect Pisces. Probably Dragon Slayer's damage won't either. Maybe he's right. Okay, probably is, right? And 10% damage reduction goes a long way. This build, so what he's doing here, check this out. It's double truths expected. Fearless Pants, pure HP, pure accuracy wherever you can get it. If you can't get either one, you go for damage. I still think actually damage over HP as well. So it goes accuracy, attack, and then HP. So check this out. Wrath from the Stars, the new infantry helm. Maybe we should use it. Damage reduction on an infantry helmet, boo. Minus dodge on an infantry helmet, boo. But 330% HP, not even as good as Valkyrie, but that damage reduction, 22%, is nothing to gawk at. It's actually really good. You gotta remember, that damage reduction is gonna stack with the Aegis ship, the 3-piece Cassiopeia he already has, the Fearless Pants, and he can actually start mitigating quite a bit of damage. Okay, so what we're seeing here is Gemini, Sagittarius, Andromeda, and Andromeda and Cassiopeia. That's like the same gem. Looks the same. But attack, HP. Then you go to the weapons. Accuracy, dodge. He picks up a lot of dodge there, so he can afford to run Shadow on the chest piece. Let's move my head. There we go. So he can afford to... A little more. He can afford to run Shadow on the chest piece because he's getting all of his dodge from his weapons. Okay? Next weapon, he switches it from Sagittarius to Gemini on top, right? There we go. Right? See it there? And then more accuracy, tons of accuracy. Really, that's the biggest thing that this Stella's got to be afraid of, right? Is these dodge commanders. Because, I don't know. You think about like a commander that awakens 600% dodge, this amount of accuracy is not going to hit it. Stella relies on Sagittarius Gemini, but because she has Wings of Eternity, she has more than a 20% chance to trigger those skills. I think it's more like 32%. It's actually ridiculous. It's really good. Stella is really good still. So with a little bit of penetration and accuracy, she can go a long way. Now, she runs the old Tier 12 troops with that Terra Space damage, a little partial there. So it's kind of a hybrid build, but overall, really strong. Resistance weakened to make sure you don't get hit too hard by some strength and weakened on the Walker comms. Pure HP again, and then into the Fearless Pants like we already saw. So 33% there, 22 there is 55. Another 10% from the Pants is 65. Then the Aegis Hull, is it 10% on the Aegis Hull? 75%. It's a lot of damage reduction. So it's an amazing build. I'm actually just so impressed and thankful that this build exists. Now, compared to the Soyoloi You Lost Stella build that we did in Season 9, he was more focused on the damage from tear space with the Valkyrie helm and dodge and reducing the opponent's damage by using Crit Wither. While this other build focuses on reducing their damage by... Well, and he was using Strength and Weakened in the pants, but he was doing it with damage reduction, which I think is working out better. You got to kind of trust that the developers have an idea in mind, and they're tweaking things in the background to make it work. So we finally have a viable Tank Stella build. I don't think I need to go on any further. Do you think Pisces would be better than 3-piece Cassiopeia and 2-piece Scorpio for the 4th gem? I think so. I really want to believe that Pisces still is a viable gem. It was never used. Honestly, Pisces was always ignored. There was never a tank build with tier 9 for infantry, so it was never used. But I think the usefulness of completely mitigating damage by 100% could be huge, especially against Dragon Slayer. If she does 0 damage on the first hit, she doesn't do any damage anywhere else. I don't know. I'd like to see more exploratory stuff with that. The Galactic Battle Season 10 is still on its way. We haven't even got to the playoffs yet. Moon Booty's coming with some buffs. But this is the first hybrid Tank Stella build that deviates from Soyoloi's build or the classic Tank Stella build that I think really has legs. I think we're going to start seeing a lot more of this Stella. It's going to be Gillies and Stellas again. And I don't know. I think against Gilly, she wrecks too. The other replay was against Gilly and she did wreck. I think it was Keb's Gilly too. Anyway, I don't need to drag on any longer. Awesome replay. If you have any more replays like this or of interesting commanders, hit me up online or email me in the description below the link to the YouTube video of the replay or the idea or the concept. And we're always exploring it. I always want to roll out new content, new ideas, get those minds, those brilliant minds of all these community members watching to see what we can dig up and stir up and what we can put together to make these commanders a little more unique and special and viable. But all right, that's it. We'll see you guys tomorrow for meme review. Big meme review tomorrow. Huge.